Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, also known as the Fairy Flow Mother. Today we'll be getting into a topic that I think a lot of people wonder about, and that is why do some people with natural hair still choose to straighten their hair or still choose to wear it straight most of the time? Now, before we even dive in, let me say something loud and clear. Natural doesn't mean that you have to wear your hair in a fro 24/7. Being natural just means that your hair hasn't permanently been chemically altered. That's it. How you choose to style your hair is your business. But still, some people do wonder if you're natural and if you've embraced being natural, why not rock your texture all the time? Let's talk about it. First, there is the history and the beauty standards that run deep. First of all, let's be real. For a long time, society pushed the idea that straight hair was neater, straight hair was more professional, or even more beautiful. We all grew up seeing on TV, in magazines, at school, at work, everywhere. Straight hair was considered the norm, and natural hair was either misunderstood or straight up looked down on. Even though we've made major progress in celebrating natural textures, that old mindset is still lingering in some places. So for some people, wearing their hair straight might feel safer or more accepted, especially if professional or formal places are involved. Secondly, work, jobs, and social settings. Now, even with laws in some places that try to protect against hair discrimination, there are still situations where people feel the pressure to tone it down. And unfortunately, that can mean straightening their hair to avoid judgment or awkward questions. So it's not always about personal style. Sometimes it's about navigating a world that still doesn't fully get natural hair. Now, there's also the styling versatility. We like options, okay? We like options. Some naturals straighten their hair simply because they like the look. They just like the look. And I mean, it's their hair. They can do whatever they want with it, right? Straight hair gives a different kind of vibe. It's sleek, it moves, it gives length. You can do styles you might not be able to do easily with textured hair. It's fun to switch it up sometimes. I'm not even going to lie. Now, going straight doesn't mean someone hates their curls. It could just mean that they feel like switching it up for the week, for a special event, or just because hair is flexible and we should be allowed to play with it however we want. Let's talk about time and convenience. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100%. Natural hair takes time. Natural hair takes time. It needs patience. Washing, detangling, twisting, moisturizing, it's a whole routine. For some people, especially with tighter curls or thicker hair, straightening it makes it, easier to manage. It stretches the hair, it reduces tangles, and sometimes it lets you go longer in between styles. So for busy people or those who just want a break from the natural hair routine, straightening can feel like a time saver for them. And then there's also personal preference. It's just like what they like. Personal preference. they just prefer it. At the end of the day, some naturals, you know, they just want to wear their hair straight. That's it. No deep explanation needed. And honestly, that's the main takeaway. It's personal. The hair journey is personal. Whether someone wears their hair straight, or they wear it curly, or they wear it in braids, in twist outs, in buns, it's their hair, it's their style, it's their choice. Some naturals also believe that keeping their hair straight, it helps them to retain length. And here is why. The belief is that straight hair shows growth clearly. Like you can see the length, you can see the growth. You know, when your hair is straightened, you can see the length better because it is stretched out. Shrinkage, especially for type 4 textures, it can be insane. It can hide several inches of length. So for some people, straightening gives the illusion that their hair is finally growing, when in reality it was growing all along, just tightly curled. That's it. But there's more to it than just seeing the length. Tangles. You know that our curls tangle. So the more the tangle, the more breakage. Okay, so our hair is more prone to tangling, especially at the ends. So all those twists, all those curls, the knots, they can lead to single strand knots. They can lead to breakage during detangling. They can lead to mechanical damage when styling. So naturals straighten their hair or keep it stretched to reduce tangles and knots, which can make detangling easier and less damaging. Less breakage will lead to better length retention. And then let's talk about easier maintenance, because there's less manipulation. Once the hair is straightened, most people find it easier to style and to maintain. They may not have to manipulate it as much. So there's less combing, there's fewer wash days, fewer twist outs, you know, and when you handle your hair less, there is a lower risk of breakage. So the logic is straight hair equals low manipulation, which also leads to less breakage, and that leads to more retained length. But here is the catch. Heat can be damaging. Heat can be damaging. So while straightening may reduce tangles and manipulations, too much heat or improper straightening techniques using wrong tools can cause damage, which defeats the whole process, if you ask me. It defeats the whole purpose, I beg your pardon, of trying to retain length. So if the hair gets heat damage, you know, it loses its curl patterns, it dries out, splits or breaks, you may end up losing length instead of keeping it. So back to square one. I came across a video the other day of a young lady. I can't remember her at now, but I will put it somewhere if I do. It was heartbreaking. She is a natural who doesn't use heat often. It's once in a while for her. But then she went to a particular stylist who straightened her hair for her, and that was it. Her hair was never the same again. Never. I felt bad for her. And this is one of so many cases that I have seen. Now, are there best practices for straightening hair for length retention? Absolutely. Straight hair isn't the only way to stretch and protect your hair. Many naturals use heat-free methods. All right? There are heat-free methods like the African threading, the banding, braiding, Bantu knot outs, there are twist outs or braid outs. These styles help to stretch your hair and help you retain length without the risk of heat damage. So why do some people still believe this? In summary, people believe that straightening their hair helps with length retention because it reduces tangles and knots, it makes the hair easier to manage, it minimizes manipulation and breakage. It gives visible proof of growth, but it only works if done carefully. Too much heat can backfire. Too much heat can definitely backfire. So next time you see a natural rocking straight hair, remember, it doesn't mean they are less natural. It doesn't mean they hate their hair texture. And it definitely doesn't mean that they owe anyone any explanation, really. Hair is a form of expression, and we should all feel free to wear it the way that makes us feel confident. We should feel free to wear it the way that makes us feel beautiful and the way that makes us feel ourselves. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you straighten your hair? Do you straighten it often or just sometimes? Do you feel the pressure to wear your hair a certain way? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with someone who you think needs it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next one.